Peter Boolkah here, and welcome to today's edition of the Transition Guide. Now in today's episode, I'm going to be looking at the 3 stages to effective management. Now very often, management is overlooked as a topic because everybody tends to gravitate towards leadership. Now leadership is a great topic, really important for the growth of any business. However, no point having leadership in place if you don't have management. I was very fortunate in my formative years in industry when I used to work for McDonald's. Now I know McDonald's was very much the butt of most jokes. McJob this, oh it's such a bad job, bad uniform, etc. But the reality is McDonald's had probably and still has the best management training system in the world. And I was so fortunate to go through that, and it really put me in good stead for when I came out of McDonald's and went into private industry, because this is probably the biggest topic that's missing for most business owners. So when we talk about management, we have 3 stages to management. Stage 1 is delegation. Now delegation is all about making sure that you can give others things to do. But really people get so confused around delegation, where they think delegation is just telling somebody what to do. Now you can only delegate if you've got somebody that is capable of being delegated to. That's first and foremost. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of times I've come across owners of a business that they've said, well, I've told them what to do. Good. But they don't get the job done. You've got to make sure that these people are sufficiently trained so that when you delegate to them, they're able to carry out the task. That's first and foremost. Now, once you've delegated, you've got to go to stage 2. Stage 2 is all about follow-up. You've got to make sure that actually the task you've been delegating out is actually being done. You can't make the assumption just because you've asked somebody, or unfortunately in some cases told them what to do, that it's just going to magically happen. You see, if you just delegate without following up, that in essence is not delegation. That is abdication. And that doesn't work in management. So first we delegate, then we follow up. We check in with our people, we make sure it's getting done. Now at this stage, so many managers think that their job is done. And then very often when something doesn't quite get done the way it should do, I often hear back from managers in feedback sessions, yes, but I told them what to do. That's great. So you told them what to do, I've spoken to them, they said they were doing it. They often miss the 3rd and most important stage of management, and that's follow through. You see, at the end of the day, you can delegate a task to somebody else and give them sort of the responsibility of doing it, but hey buddy, the ownership ultimately lies with you. Yeah, you still need to make sure, come what may, that task or whatever you've delegated actually happens. Because if it doesn't happen, the chances are there's going to be a detrimental effect to the business. And that's why stage 3 is called follow through. Making sure it gets done. Not making the assumption it's going to get done, but making it happen. And very often when you get to follow through, this is where it's most difficult. Because actually there's a lot of reasons why the delegation isn't happening in the first place, and there's going to be a lot of things you have to fix, but with follow through you make it happen. You then go back and look, okay, why didn't someone else make it happen for you? What do you need to do? But at the end of the day, if you delegate a task and it's not getting done, and you can't get the person that you've delegated to make it happen, ultimately you've got to do it and then work out what was the missing ingredient that was required to actually get other people to do that task. Follow through is so important. I see so many things fall through the crack because people do the delegation, They do very weak follow-up, but they don't follow through. So just to summarize, remember the 3 stages to effective management is number 1, you've got to be able to delegate and have people to delegate to. So you need to make sure that they're sufficiently trained and capable of doing the job. Number 2, you've got to follow up. Human nature being human nature, people will forget, people are not as organised as perhaps you are. So you need to follow up and make sure we are on track. And number 3, and most importantly, we have to follow through. If we don't follow through and it doesn't happen, it is our fault. Now, management is a huge topic and we can go on forever. If there's anything you want to talk about in terms of management, you want more information, you perhaps have got a team of managers that just aren't managing, and you really need to know, well, how do I get them to manage? What training can I give them? What direction can I give them? Head over to Boolkah.com, get in contact, and let's see how we can help you get your managers to be far more efficient and effective. And remember, failing to learn is learning to fail.